got this. My mind's jumping around here. There's so much working on this today. It took hours. But, you know, when you were listening to that tape finally after you published Unhinged, after you published, I don't mind showing it off. We sell books here. You go out, you listen to the tape, and you finally get to hear him saying this awful, racially derogatory stuff multiple times in this 3 minutes you listened to. Did you ever try to retape that? Did you bring a tape recording with you?
No, in fact,
why didn't
he
you
was
try
very
to tape
specific
that?
to put headphones on. Yeah. But I immediately called Laura and Eric, that's Eric's wife, to share what I learned. And we had those conversations. I actually have those conversations with her, where I shared with her that
Who's this?
Laura Trump.
Yeah.
I called her to tell her what I heard and what was happening. Yeah. And she wasn't surprised. She was just kind of in damage control mode.
Let's talk about this non-disclosure thing. The only thing I know about non-disclosure is you're a public employee. You're paid by the United States government. The idea of a non-disclosure would only be if you made a separate, I guess, a contract, and I don't think you could ever be required to sign a contract as a public employee. What is this about the Trump people saying they've got a non-disclosure signed by you?
Not by me. In fact, they presented me this NDA. They brought it to my office. They refused to allow me to take a copy.
What was your get on that? What would you get out of that?
The moment they said I couldn't show it to my attorneys, I knew that it was unethical.
What would you get out of signing something like that?
It was because Donald Trump was tired of the leaks, and he thought that if he had these agreements, that he could put fear in people and they would stop leaking. But it didn't stop the leakers.
He offered you I did the math, 12 times 15,000. He offered you $185,000 a year for a no-show job, basically.
That's right. They told me I could work from home. I didn't have to come in if I didn't want to. Just take $15,000 a month.
How can they talk like that? Well, it sounds like a direct hush money. It sounds like Watergate.
They're
hushing you up for a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
There's a lot of people who've signed
That's more than a senator makes. It is. It is.
But, Chris, there was a lot of people who signed these agreements. Sean Spicer signed
How do you know he did?
He signed one with the America First because they offered me a job. I could choose between the RNC, America First, or the Trump campaign.
You know, where was the hush cash coming from?
Well, in the Trump campaign, it comes from donations, which is illegal. In American First, it also comes from donations. RNC, I'm not really sure where that money comes from, but they have Keith Schiller, the president's bodyguard, on a retainer for $15,000 a month. He doesn't even go to the office.
To remind people out there who work for a living, that's $185K a year.
That's a lot. No, I'm not saying it's not a lot of money. It's just unusual that Trump's former bodyguard is on the payroll at the RNC.
I asked you before a couple hours ago, Omarosa, if you have any other recordings. You wouldn't share them here. Do you got some?
Oh, I have plenty.
Anything Mueller would like to see? Robert Mueller?
If his office calls again,
would you be a good witness in this investigation by Mueller?
Absolutely. Anything that they want, I will certainly.
Do you think Trump should be impeached?
At this point, yes.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.